Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 9:50 on Tuesday night. Back with a few for tomorrow. After we took a few pound off them again today, we're chugging along nicely in the middle lane. First up today was 4 a.m. the Melbourne Cup. Clocks set for 3:30. Got up at 3:45. It's a great experience, I'd say, to be at that. Hopefully next year I will make it down there. Half tempted to go this year, but it just didn't happen. Vauban was the hot fav. It's difficult to go down there and against experienced stayers with the know-how and the. Like they're travelling, the Irish horses, they're travelling so far and everything. It's a big ask. It's obviously a big ask as well for Solcombe to break evenly out of the stalls. He lost 3 lengths as well. He was the best horse coming up the stretch. He had to weave a path or a passage, and he finished on the snaff second. There's a big pot in him sometime. It could be even next year, I don't know. But we made a few pounds on that, and the other one finished about 9th. They weren't too busy on it. He came round the turn. The old script writer, the new, more felons. It was disappointed to see Vauban not stay in the trip, so I don't know what was the reason for that. He looked to be in a great position to win it on the turn for home, and Absurdin passed him out. But without a fight, we didn't tip him. We had a buzz horse. We won on him last year when he was with Simon Crisford. Didn't tip him the last day in the Caulfield Cup and bypassed him again when he went up the few pounds. But he's absolutely relishing the sunshine and the going down there. And then next up we had Queen Aminatu today. Similar. Loves the going. Loves the goo. The fast goo. If that race was in Kempton, Al Agalia, it'd have won. The horse that finished third. That didn't pick up as well on in Lingfield. But what a turn of foot. Blistering, just like last year. It was reminiscent to watch the 2 videos back. Actually, I'd done it today to see the one from last year and the one I'd said today. I'd say the times were pretty similar. I was going to time them, but I just hadn't time to time them. And they were in desperate hard luck. Steo, I see, has his name changed to "'Twas on the Bob." It was definitely on the Bob today. The next stride we were up, and I think we could have dead heated the stride before the line. But we made money on the double, but it was a big difference. 5 to 1 and 100 to 30 double, besides just getting the place double. I thought the race was lost for him probably after about a furlong and a half. There was a bit of shuffling. And I'd lost probably half a length, 3/4 of a length, and that was the difference. He was 2 further back, and a wily jockey in front, Kieran Fallon, just like the dad. There was a few horses I mentioned last night. They all won. Imagine, it was 4s last night into 9 to 4. Aroko, 2s, it was money on, and then it drifted out to 11 to 10. Very impressive. And Strong Johnson. I was going to put that up today when I seen the non-runner, but to then to 6 to 1 at the time, so I didn't put it up. As whoever has listened to it by now will know, and whoever hadn't listened to it, I suppose they'll be given out if I put it up late. They did before. But anyway, I made a few pound. If we're winning a few pound, we're not losing a few pound. On to tomorrow. Start off tomorrow first at 3 miles 1.5 in Warwick. We have a horse, Latitude, that done us a good turn when it last ran. It won, I think, at 4 to 1. I think we might have got it at a bigger price that day. I forgot to check that earlier. The only Melanie Rowley isn't exactly pulling up 3 stumps, but this is a nice little horse. Since it started jumping 5 times it has run over fences, 2 wins and 2 places. It was behind that nice horse Ned Tanner. But it ran in Kempton then when it was last seen, last May. It jumped very neatly, but it jumped left a lot of the time. So going left-handed in Warwick is going to be helping it.
Fence leading to Capo Toy. With them is Danny Kerwin as they jump over it, and then comes Duke de Beauchamp. Up the straight, attempting to get closer. Dorking Lad, Sporting John still in contention. Good Boy Bobby behind those. On the right is Move the Chains. Forgot to Ask is with him. The final open ditch, 5 from the finish. And Latitude and Alex Edwards moving through to the end of the back straight with almost a 2-length lead. Danny Kerwin and Duke de Beauchamp together second and third. Forgot to Ask in the yellow. One of the veterans, an 11-year-old, 3 off the fence, has come bang into contention. Good Boy Bobby, and up the straight behind these. Move the Chains behind those. Sporting John has ridden along. Dorking Lad behind that. Capo Toy led for a long ways now, the back marker. And it's Latitude at the home turn with a 3-length advantage. Danny Kerwin, Duke de Beauchamp together second and third. Good Boy Bobby in the green creeping closer. In the yellow on the red, the right is Forgot to Ask. At the third last, it's only a narrow lead for Latitude. Good Boy Bobby, Duke de Beauchamp up the straight is coming there. Danny Kerwin behind those. Latitude at the second last. Got in close, hit the top, but so did Duke de Beauchamp, who's come through in the green to challenge. And then behind those is up the straight, the final fence coming up. Nearest to us is Latitude. Duke de Beauchamp the far side. Latitude at the last, got over it in down a 2-length lead. Duke de Beauchamp in second position, and it's Latitude and Alex Edwards who go on to win. Second position will be...
It's only a 7-year-old. I see it's entered for the Carl... the old Hennessy. Jet Plane has won its last 2 for the Skeltons. It's hard to know whether it's fully wound up for tomorrow to stay that distance, but it wasn't stopping at 3 mile. It's gone up to 139, so it'll be interesting to see how it gets on, but it's a bus horse, so we're staying loyal to it tomorrow. We'll know where we're at after tomorrow. In Warwick as well tomorrow, there's a novices handicap chase, and there's a horse there that might be worth a few pound each way at 9 to 2. If the dead 8 stay in it, is Hurlerontheditch. Kim Bailey is going all right this year. This is coming back from wind surgery, and if you look at it, won a bumper in Wexford. It was bought by Kim Bailey. Then it was second to Washington, a decent horse. It was third to Alnadam in a 2 miles 5. It was unseated in a point to point, so it's first time at a trip. But wind surgery and Bailey going all right. On to Kempton. Another horse that done us a good turn before. This is a good the final of races. 42, nearly 42 grand. 41.2 for this sterling for the winner tomorrow. So it's a final. So they all should be dicky bowed up and ready to run. Prop forward. It opened at 3s there a while ago. It's into 2s for Clive Cox. Cox is going all right there. 3 for 9. 33% in the last 14 days. But this likes Kempton, as you can see. We tipped it up and back to the 2nd of August last year, and it was very unlucky, even though it finished 2.5 lengths back in third. And I did say at the time, I said, this is one for us for again. So we got it on the 10th of April this year. And he went out in front. Where are we at? We're at Kempton. He went out in front that day.
Gone off too hard. Might well be a closer to watch for the grey. Fresh is plugging on, runner-up in this race 12 months ago, and Royal Parade comes next, and then comes Badry. Heading for home, Prop forward with the lead, chased by Dig 2. Ingrator down the outside, then comes Silver Samurai. Prop forward, driven right out. Ingrator goes second late in the piece. Prop forward the winner though.
from Ingrator, Dig 2 and Silver Samurai.
They weren't too busy that day on Fresh, and he could be a danger because there's a turnaround in the weights. He's getting £4 and he was given, let's see what he was given that day. But he wasn't too busy on him up the stretch. If he had broke better, he was behind prop forward and it was his first run of the year. He was given 5. Given 5, now he's getting 4. That's a £9 swing. If the and Fanshaw's going all right, he's the biggest danger. A small little reverse forecast 1 and 2 mightn't go astray. They should be all tuned up for this tomorrow. There's a stairs race then at 7:30. Top weight there is an old flame that done us a good turn last year, but it seems to be just a bit high in the handicap right now. An interesting one to watch tomorrow night is Inuit. First run for Jamie Osborne after leaving Joseph O'Brien. There's a race in this somewhere, but they may be out for the gallop maybe tomorrow night, and we'll see will it come down the weights a bit then. But that is good back for him, for Joseph O'Brien, in France first. And then he had a couple of runs behind decent horses in Ireland, which was 3rd and 2nd in that form line. But Vino Victrix likes the course. The last time he actually ran on the course, we had the forecast, but we were bet by a head by Moreau. He won a race since, but at the time he was second there to Moreau, it was off 87, and he's running off 88 tomorrow night, isn't it? 88. So he's only £1 higher. Went on, it ran a good race in the Cesarovich last year behind Sir Run for Oscar. It was 92. Back down to sort of a mark that is competitive at again. This was it when it was second to Moreau. Moreau's in the white cap, and we're beside it. We're 2 from the right in the orange and the purple and white.
Over Smart Champion in second. Dance to Paris and Vino Victrix trying to stay on towards the outside with Diamond Bay on the inside. Ireri Di Nessuno, Oleg and Moreau are also trying to make up as they race down now towards the final furlong, and there's now 6 virtually in line. Moreau in the centre. On the near side, Vino Victrix. Diamond Bay is still there. It's Moreau who just has the lead over Diamond Bay in the centre. Vino Victrix on the near side. 50 yards to go. Moreau on the far side with Vino Victrix tight. On the far side, Moreau on the near.
It was tight, but we knew as the patch the line we had been beaten by a short head. Divine Comedy is the favourite, I think, there, but it hasn't ran at the distance, and it has ran on soft ground. Diamond, a Rainbow Dreamer hasn't ran for a few months. I'm hoping it'll need the run, and he's 10, and Sleeping Lion is an 8-year-old. So Vino Victrix with good form at the track. I was trying to get, the last half an hour or 3/4, I was looking at Fundalk to try and get. We've done really well at Fundalk this year. We've had a 12-1, an 8-1, a 6-1, a 9-2. We've got a place. So I was trying to get something. I was looking at Skontanowski and I thought the trip mightn't suit, and there was another one, International Lady, went up £5 for being second the other day. And I came at one there, is 20-1 with the green bouquet. Toughen Up. We were often told that when we were growing up. Toughen up to hell. Don't be looking at it. But it hasn't ran since the 12th of July, and that was in Dundalk. But if you look at the races that it ran in maidens, it was 5th behind Clunmachan, who ran one races later behind Empty Metaphor, behind Lady Onyx in Gordon, behind Saturn 7. Had a bad run then the last day in Fundalk, but it has been put away since. And Andy Oliver is no, you know, he does have them fairly right when he brings them out. Now he's 0 for 5, but at 20-1 might be worth a couple of pound each way. I will just have him on the bus for the winter because Oliver likes to target Dundalk for the winter meetings. That's about it. I sang a song last night and I got an email. It was only up about half a minute, 45 seconds. Somebody put in a copyright that for the air of the song, not for the song itself, for the air of the song, and it wasn't the songwriter or it wasn't anyone that sang it on YouTube before. I thought you could sing any song that you could sing a cover song. I don't know if anyone can tell me what's the story there. How come all the other songs I sang that it didn't happen, and I must have sang 30 songs by now, or maybe more, 40 songs. So how did that happen last night that somebody sent in that the air of the song, that they had the copyright? So they wanted, it said that they'd share the monetized value or the whatever the video makes. So I said to hell with them. So that's why I had 3 options: leave it up and share, take it down, or replace it. So I didn't know how to replace it. So I just took it down altogether. That was it. So that's why there's only the first line and then it's gone till the end. So I don't know why that'll happen. Will that happen again? I don't know. Why did it happen before? I don't know. I'm learning. Every day is a school day. Bash the bookies, over and out.